Come in, Mission Control. This is Shuttle JSP. I'm currently located in the Andromeda Galaxy. I would like to request some time off from the mission to tune into a new episode of the Just Sayin podcast. I listen to it every week. I just can't miss it, you know? Roger that.
Welcome to Just Sayin podcast. This is Amanda Camps here, and I am here with two really awesome people, Sal, your pal, and
Alexandra.
Hi.
So our topic is, did we decide on a topic this week?
We're kind of wanting to discuss a couple different things.
Okay.
Intertwining with each other.
Yes. So you'll see the sequence of all of this connecting to one another.
A wind up. So you said about space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what exactly did you want to? Well, there's so much about space. There's so much out there.
What recently happened, Amanda?
Oh my goodness! So
something happened. Some news came out from special NASA people.
Did it ever? My goodness! All right, so
let's get right into that one.
No, I'm about to get right on topic about this, guys. Oof. Ooh. All right.
Okay, let's go.
So basically, I have a really big fascination with outer space. Why? Because it's the great unknown. What is actually out there? Sure, people have been studying space for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, but now more than ever, we're discovering so much more things that we never even began to speculate. So many things that basically confirm the truth that we've already kind of known, that there just so happens to be life beyond Earth. It's the question we've all been asking. We've seen frickin' aliens being portrayed in movies, TV shows, but now there's a very good chance that once upon a time, life was walking within the same universe. Not walking, maybe crawling, maybe swimming, maybe even existing.
Yeah.
NASA has come out with a bunch of different interesting
information.
Facts.
Yeah.
So much info. First and foremost, we found out earlier this year that Mars, in fact, has flowing water.
That's ridiculous.
Has actually flowing. You're telling me this? It actually has flowing water on it, right now.
Not like oceans and oceans. There were oceans and oceans.
Yeah, they came out and they said that there were oceans on it.
So how would they figure that out? How do they know that there were actually oceans and big bodies of water on Mars?
Well, what happened was they've been doing a lot of research, and what they came out with first was the fact that there was, in fact, flowing water on Mars. A majority of it right now is within crevices, in between valleys, and it's either almost ice cold and frozen solid or just about. So there is water there. But what they found out recently is the fact that millions and millions and millions of years ago, Earth and Mars had very similar climates, meaning that there were oceans on Mars. They had similar soils, similar terrain. But the reason why it's so inhabitable nowadays is because there were solar winds that changed the entire climate. So essentially, what Earth will go through a million years from now, Mars has already gone through, which is why everything is obsolete. No.
That's messed up.
Yeah, and what about similar climates? So comparing Mars to Earth, because we do have the North Pole and we've got different areas because due to the sun, why parts of Earth is hotter. So you're saying that. How would it be similar, though?
Similar in a sense where life could be sustained. It wouldn't be similar in a sense of how everything would be placed. As far as I'm concerned, they never really seemed to specify, as far as I saw, about whether there was a part that was colder than the other or areas were warmer. They simply specified once upon a time it was habitable, and life would have been able to be sustained similar to how it would have been sustained on Earth.
I mean, I would assume
That's cool.
as soon as they see that there is water, actually, like either frozen or whatever form,
Yeah.
then there should have been like life on Mars. you know?
Essentially, yeah.
So that's
So
pretty
I guess
interesting.
what their next thing to do, well, obviously there's like a million different questions they must have right now. And same thing with everyone else. If there was potential for life and there still is remnants of that, what was there? Mm-hmm. What are we going to find?
I mean, there's so many different, theories of how humans came to life, how we originally started. I mean, if you're more into like Christianity or more into the science aspect of it, like there are so many theories under that. But like, I would love to actually figure out if there's actually something living right now in Mars.
I know.
Even though
Underneath
it's
it,
very,
yeah.
very tiny. Yeah, in the soil,
Or the underground.
or underground.
Because
Anything.
they said that they found tubes or something going through, like, from the ice caps. Did you know about that?
Why, really?
They found glass tubes that would stem from the ice caps and, like, going to other parts of the planet.
Interesting.
Ice tubes.
Just like
Because
glassy
of
tubes or
it's
ice
frozen,
tubes.
basically, but
Maybe.
made from some creature.
So
Maybe.
essentially, I keep saying essentially, that's my new word, guys.
Guys, kids,
Kids, children, humans,
people,
things,
aliens.
creatures. Essentially, there we go again. Oh my god, word vomit.
Yeah.
There has to be something out there. But come on, we all have to realize, with all the evidence here, this world, this universe, the entire galaxy, everything out there, like, is so big. Like, the idea that we are the only ones here in this entire universe is so small to think. Like,
Well, I mean, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There are so many different galaxies out there, but we just can't see them. We know that there are so many different other galaxies out there, and kind of think, is there another parallel universe of us out there? Like, there are theories like that, but then when you think about it, are we the only ones here?
I don't think so.
Like, there's no way.
No way. No way. I'm a big
Yeah.
believer that there's actually literally a parallel universe. Somewhere out there, physics is funny. Science is funny. It's a crazy, crazy thing. Like, the more you look into it, the more you realize, oh my goodness, there are so many complexities in this world, it's not even funny. And, like, the more information you dig up, the more interesting it gets. Like, who knew this? Pluto actually has surprisingly blue skies and oceans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
It was like,
Oceans.
it's green too, isn't it?
It's green.
Which is what, then?
So Pluto is. Do we have spacecraft that have made it to Pluto?
No. That's impossible.
Don't we?
They must have had some sort of method of getting there. How they did, I do not know exactly.
No, they didn't reach Pluto yet.
They didn't reach Pluto, but they have pictures.
Yeah.
So they must have had some sort of satellite or orbit that must have reached over there somehow.
One of those robot things.
Yeah, something like that. There's a Disney character named after this planet.
Is it a planet or is it not anymore?
It's not.
Yeah, is it a planet or not? Yeah.
No, it is, but it isn't. It is because it's considered a planet, but what it is, by definition, is I think they
A
call
ball
it.
Dwarf.
of gas.
A dwarf.
I think what they called it was a dwarf planet now because it's significantly smaller than all the other planets in our galaxy, but it's still considered a planet. How come? What's the gas planet that we have?
Venus,
Yeah.
Uranus, Jupiter.
One of those ones.
No, Venus. Venus actually has like
One of them is full of water. Talking about the space podcast, we should probably know which planet is which.
Yeah. No, okay, so the gas planet is
think-
Jupiter, because it's got the huge, and it has a little eye of the storm eye.
Venus is water.
Jupiter.
Oh.
That's the way it is. That's the way it always has been. Why? I don't know.
And I wonder why Jupiter has a big, tornado, volcano thing.
That's
That thing's
so
been
cool.
going for years. Like,
That's so cool.
the beginning of time, man. That thing is never ending.
But one thing I'm really fascinated by, and I've always been, was Jupiter's moons. They're so
Yeah.
cool.
That's right. You were the one telling me that you had a big fascination by it.
They had, there's Io, which is all like sulfur and magma. So it's like a constant on fire planet, or moon. And then you have the polar opposite of Europa, which is all frozen. The white planet's all frozen, and that's all water. It's all frozen water on it. And they want to send spacecraft to Europa to break through the ice to see what's underneath there.
Interesting.
because that actually has water on it. And I think they found oxygen on that planet too,
Huh.
like traces of oxygen. So
Well,
Do you know what I find fascinating?
Cool.
I mean, we're just basically covering knowledge from scientists and all these, like, you know, researches that they've been doing along the years. But the question remains is, are we supposed to be that connected with the universe? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, for example, what I'm trying to get to is, were we supposed to find all this out? Because technically, if we didn't have this sort of technology to be able to get out there, like spaceships and everything, were we ever supposed to find out what is really outside from our planet? What I'm trying to say is, if we didn't find out about what is going on outside of Earth, are we actually physically connected with the universe not knowingly?
yeah.
yeah.
Does it make sense?
No,
Do you get what I'm saying?
I want to paraphrase what you're saying to me right now. Just so that we're on the same page. I'm going to word it differently, though.
Okay.
If we had never made any discovery at the fact that we weren't just a planet, that we weren't just this world here, that it wasn't just Earth we were living on, if we didn't know that that this planet was round, if we didn't know that there was a sun and a moon, and it was orbiting our Earth,
Or a gravitational pull at all, or
yeah,
you know.
if we didn't know any of these things, what kind of life would we live? We wouldn't have any explanation for many things on this planet.
Yeah.
There would be no explanation for it. It would all be one big giant mystery. And quite frankly, as a human being, I would go mad, constantly wondering. We wouldn't have.
But you know what? We are still constantly wondering. It's like,
yeah.
how far can we get?
Yeah.
Because we're always reaching further, but the question is there more information that we don't know?
I think so.
You know,
I think I think there's going to be a curveball at some point. Something I do think, though, essentially we are part of this universe.
because it reminds me of that movie from Stephen King, or they made a movie out of that book, Mist. Do you remember that? So all those creatures and everything.
Oh,
yeah. I haven't seen
about?
it.
Imagine something like that happens. Like all of a sudden, these aliens from another galaxy just. I don't know.
You see, though, with that theory, there's this thing called the zoo theory, whereas, like, because at this point, if Earth is like so many billion years old, how come aliens haven't contacted us, or are they just watching us? Because the zoo theory is if we're because a lot of people are admitting that we're all a very self-destructive race. So if they're probably just watching us, trying to waiting to see what's going to happen with us, like what we're going to do. But at the same time, it's like if we were intelligent enough, like they would have contacted us, and like because if we could benefit, because at our state right now we can't benefit people.
Oh no.
Like we could not benefit an alien race.
Oh no.
And,
if we look right now at Earth as an entire whole, let's face it, there's so many different cultures, subcultures, races, differences, so much diversity on this planet. No wonder we're a self-destructive race.
Yeah.
But did you guys hear about, sorry for cutting you off, did you guys hear about that spaceship that was literally, I think, last week? It was hovering over LA. Did you see the video?
I saw that, yeah. What's up with that?
Is it a spaceship or is it
They said it was a missile. They're saying it was a missile.
They're saying it is a missile, but I mean, that does not look like a missile to me.
No way. I personally think that we are being watched. I think that we may be receiving messages, but maybe
they're testing. Maybe they are testing things out.
I think
Yeah.
you never know.
That's what I think.
Just like we are testing and sending our robots to Mars.
Yes.
It would make sense, yeah.
Oh, it's got to be
You
a
know?
two-way street. There's got to be some sort of very, very, very advanced technological life form out there that is already 10 steps ahead of we are.
Yep.
10 steps ahead of us in looking into the glass, looking at us like we're a fishbowl,
Yeah.
and physically watching what we're doing.
But what I was trying to say was, like, we have no benefit to them. Like, we're not advanced to the point where we can collaborate with them. We're not going to collaborate with them if they contact us.
If you look at Earth like
So-
a country, essentially right now it's like a civil war. We're constantly
fighting each other, yeah.
especially
know.
right now. There's so much happening right now in this
I know,
world.
it's really crazy.
And another thing too that I really think,
It's like, why would anyone want to be associated with us?
no, right now we're a mess.
Yeah.
We can't even pull it together to help each other out as humans. Better yet,
Exactly.
taking care of the planet. So no, like I think one day there will be some sort of connection, not just in theory, but in actual like physically there will be a connection between the other worlds and us, in a sense where hopefully they want to help us out, but maybe they see potential in our planet.
See,
know.
That's what I think.
basically, the problem with the human race is we're always looking at people as a threat. It's unfortunate because people need to learn to get along and to be one, be in unity. But the problem is nowadays, like we're saying, there's so many people against each other. We're always looking at people as a threat. We shouldn't be doing that. That's why we're thinking like, oh, maybe the aliens are watching us. They see how we are as a human race. They're waiting for us just to mess up and we're done and they'll take over.
Yeah,
maybe they actually want to... Maybe it's a positive thing, but we're looking at it as an invasion.
Yes.
Because we're so used to that.
But that's
mentality.
People's perceptions. That's the way we have been groomed to perceive things for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy what, like...
Yeah.
And you know what? It's crazy because if people simply were to just change their mindsets...
Exactly.
Then I swear there will be so much different energy that we would be giving off. We wouldn't be giving off the energy where...
Like negative energy.
Yeah.
We want positive energy.
Because I think we were discussing this earlier, and this also pertains to space in our topic of the universe.
Yeah.
Energy that we put into the universe pulls... I feel like the energy that we put into the universe comes back in a way that benefits human beings. You put negative energy towards the universe is going to bring you back negativity. Look at the world right now. Do you see what is happening? I'm not saying that everything is terrible, but I'm saying there is a lot of negativity going on right now. You can feel it in your bones. You know, it's in
like
your
a
gut
huge
primal
wave.
instinct. Yes.
It's you know the saying of if it rains, it pours.
Or
you
is
know?
it just raining and you're just saying it's pouring?
Yeah. Or is there's
Perception, maybe.
Exactly.
I mean...
Well, essentially what you're trying to say is if we all learn to be more positive, that our positive energy would...
be reflected.
Yeah.
I have this theory. This is going to get a little bit more in depth, and
That's cool.
a lot of people that listen to this, please keep an open mind.
It's awarding because if people want to listen through, they'll be awarded halfway through the podcast because a lot of people just listen to the first 7 minutes and tune out.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's like, come on.
Well, this again.
saying.
This is
Just saying.
just saying. Well, the point that I'm going to make right now, again, like it's a very open-minded opinion of mine.
Just say it.
I think everybody in this planet has a belief system. A belief system can be religion, a belief system can be science, a belief system can be anything, as long as you have one. That's how people live day to day. They wake up in the morning, they go to bed at night, they believe in something. Even if they say they don't believe in anything at all, that's a lie, because they believe in the fact that they don't believe. But the thing is,
It's like a paradox.
we put our energy into what our beliefs are. And the thing is, what that energy is at the end of the day, I believe, is going back into the universe. Everyone believes that there's a greater being.
Yeah.
I think the greater being is the energy that we put out into the universe. The universe is the greater being.
That's what people
and that's
like,
what
yeah.
we get back into return. We put out positivity, we're going to get back positivity. You think thoughts of positive happenings in your life, you're going to receive positive outcomes. And I really do believe in that fact alone. You change your thoughts, you alter the way you think of life and the perception that you have of life. The way life treats you will alter while you're at it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You could look at religion the same sort of way as well. People that are Christian, people that believe in again, the list goes on. Again,
Well, see, I mean, it's pretty interesting because I just started, going to church recently and everything. My perception before that, though, I mean, I go both ways.
Yeah.
Like, there's,
Yeah.
basically what I'm trying to say, the whole law of attraction is what you're trying to...
Yeah, is
the
that-
theory of law of attraction,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
From The Secret. If you
Yes.
guys haven't heard about it, look it
fantastic
up.
book.
I
Do it.
know. And
It's
actually...
not from there. A lot of people have written about this idea.
But I mean, that is
years,
how
yeah.
it became really popular, essentially,
yeah.
recently. And if
That's
you
true.
guys go and look up the documentary, more like visual people, then yeah. But basically, before I started, going to church and everything, I started believing in the whole connection with, like, your positivity. Basically, I would wake up in the morning and be like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm getting this. Like, this is how I'm going to live. This is my goal. Never put that in your mind where, like, you have this doubt in yourself where, like, I'm not going to get this at all.
Yeah.
Always put it in your mind, like, no, man. Like, I don't know, maybe it's going to be tomorrow, in a year, or 6 years, but I know I'm getting it eventually. And so far, since I've been implementing that, mindset, I've gotten pretty much almost everything I've always wanted, and it's slowly revealing itself now. Years later.
Amen to that.
But yeah, so for many years, like, I believe in that. It has been working for me, and years later, even 6-7 years later, like, I'm like, oh, I've always wanted this. It's happening finally.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because I never had that doubt in my mind. It's so hard to train your mind into, like, being negative and be like, I don't think I could do this. Once you say that to yourself, it's like, but you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Now, like, I got baptized and everything, and I'm just like,
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, Lord. But, like, it's interesting now because I believe that God also, like, if you believe that you can do it, God will help you.
Yeah, the universe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People
But I
call it-
still
yeah,
believe,
yeah.
but still, to me, I'm like, that still is connected. That is
It's
still
all
it.
connected. I think it's all connected.
Never think negative, because they're saying, oh, once you have worry and you're scared, that is like the enemy. That's the same thing. If you're not into, like you said, if you're not into Christianity, wow, I can't speak today. It's basically your mindset.
It's the way you perceive things.
Every religion is basically every religion
same thing.
sums up to don't be a cunt. Basically,
Well, you better.
you can look into it. Every religion is just don't be a cunt to
But I
people.
find it interesting how I connected those two now. I'm it's the same thing.
No, essentially, that's the thing. I really believe that. I mean,
the same
religion
thing.
is religion. Scientology is Scientology. Buddhism, that's a religion too. But, like, everything's got its own unique traits. But at the end of the day, all of them have one thing in common. They have a belief system.
Yeah.
They believe in a greater being.
Exactly.
The greater being, in my opinion, is everyone else's perception of the universe. And that's the thing.
Exactly.
I truly believe that perception and the way that you live your everyday life, the positive thoughts that you think, that you being grateful and practicing gratitude and turning around your negative thoughts into something more positive, you bring out that energy into the world, and that's how miracles happen.
There you go.
That's how you are entered into what people would call the gates of heaven.
And
Yeah.
Whoa.
the same thing goes with the law of attraction. The theory is basically, I mean, don't expect it to happen overnight.
No.
You should never give up on yourself.
No.
And even if it happens 10 years after, that's when it was meant to be. Same thing if you believe in God. Well, God, why aren't you giving me this right now? I've prayed and prayed and prayed. Why haven't I gotten this?
The universe will
He
give it
knows
back
when
to
he
you.
will give it to you. Or
God
the
knows.
universe. God knows,
That's like
or the universe.
I don't like that vending machine theory of God, where it's like, I'm putting my money in, give me this.
Yeah, like,
Give it
well,
that.
maybe
I
you
hate
weren't
that.
meant to have that.
Yeah,
Maybe you're meant to
exactly.
have something greater.
And you know what? Sometimes
better.
life works in funny ways.
Yeah.
It works, honestly. It really does. There's been times when I have doubted myself so much. And all I kept asking for was, please, please, please show me a silver lining. Please, please, please give me something that will will restore my faith in humanity, in life, in good luck, in karma. And you know what? I wanted change, stability, opportunity, and happiness more than anything else in this world. And for me, it came in the most abnormal, obscene form ever. But honestly, ever since it happened, it was the most sudden thing in the world, but my life finally changed for what I wanted it to be. It took years. It took trials, tribulations, but you know what? You keep putting out the energy that you need to be putting out, and you will receive it in return. I truly
There you
believe
go.
that there is a power out there.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what keeps bringing people to understand it, look into it more, research it more, find out what is truly out there. What is it that's out there?
You know, I was actually watching a documentary of the law of attraction, but more advanced. Like, they were talking about if everybody in the world at once, which is impossible because,
Everyone makes it impossible.
Well, everyone makes it impossible, exactly. Everyone's mindset is different. We all have different cultures, and we've been brought up differently. Like, but then again, of course, war and all that stuff, you know, there's so much hatred out there.
Yep.
But if everybody was positive and thinking positive at the same time in the world, there would be such a massive wave of positivity that everything would be just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
That's what the documentary was. I'm like, wow, if only that could ever happen.
Well, isn't everyone just want peace and love in their life? Like, isn't every person
Deep
like that?
down inside, everyone
Yeah.
that has a mindset simply wants there to be some sort of peace.
Exactly.
Inner
That's
peace,
why they fight. Yeah.
outer peace. But the thing is, life isn't that simple. It isn't. You come to Earth nowadays, everyone's going to have a different perception because of where they come from. Because that's life. Everyone has their differences. Everyone has their similarities. At the end of the day, we need to remember we're all biologically made up of the same things.
Yeah,
Dust.
we're all from.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're all made
But
of
yeah, we
stardust.
are made of stardust, though.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
It's cool. There's like a picture on the internet where it's like a picture of space, like with the stars and stuff, and then they show a picture of an iris, like from an eye, someone's eye, and it looked the same.
Yeah.
Kind of looks kind of the same. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
the
that was
galaxy in her eyes.
Cool. That's so cool. Maybe we're all in someone's eye.
Maybe.
Are you in my eye?
I truly believe in soulmates, too. I really do believe in soulmates
Yeah.
and that you can be in sync with another person.
Oh, yeah.
I'm such a big believer in that.
You know what's funny? My relationship momentarily. But basically, we were talking about how we were soulmates because we we are so much of like the same person. I've never met anyone like that.
Oh,
and then,
same.
but then, you know, when you have like bad moments, like, but you know what? Whatever. I'm like that too. And then if I'm good, then he's good. But I believe that you will find someone out there that you will connect so much to the point where it's like, oh my God, you're me. You're like me and you're like part of me. You get what I'm saying?
No, I have that exact same
Just
thing.
saying.
But actually, it's not a soulmate. It's something called a twin mate.
There's a proper name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another name. Like a soulmate is basically, you know what a soulmate is.
Yeah.
You find your, I don't know.
The other half.
Other half.
It's got
But
word
a
soulmate.
twin mate, or I forgot the name of it. Forgive me if it's the wrong, name
There's a
for
word
it.
for it. I'm hearing it more often now, though.
You know what that is? You guys are not supposed to get along. You don't get along all the time. You
Yeah.
guys fight so much, but only because you love each other a lot. You have this sort of attraction to the point where it's like your highs are really high and your lows are extremely low. You can't live without that person. Like you feel like a part of you is gone. Basically, it's like the other half of you exactly.
That's cool.
There's a connection there.
There's a huge connection.
Big
there,
connections. I think there's so many different connections in this world. I think there's just different forces that allow people to come together more, and different forces that just simply, there's going to be certain people that can't go hand in hand with one another. And I truly believe that has a lot to do with how people connect and how people can't.
Yeah.
And again,
absolutely.
even if we were to break it down into astrology, and that's a whole other tale for another time, even though it totally connects to what we're saying right now. But I don't want to say that I follow that day by day because it's never actually accurate day by day. But in terms of how they break down
our personalities, our characteristics, like just it kind of makes sense.
For me, it's actually helped me find some sort of peace of mind in a way. And I know a lot of people can easily write off astrology as soon as you hear the word. Because a lot of people are like, oh, this isn't accurate. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're crazy. This isn't this. But you know what? I can tell you what my sign is, my rising sign, my moon sign, and I can tell you right now, it pretty accurately depicts who I am and how I react to things.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you know what's funny though? Like I know how to basically figure out what everyone is without them telling me.
Me too.
That's weird.
It's because I read so much into it and personality traits and who I'm compatible with, friendship wise, through relationship wise. Like, it's so cool how I basically can figure it right away. And I've noticed the actual pattern. All my friends are certain signs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there has to be some sort of, what's it called, truth to
There
the
has to
theories
be.
behind astrology.
There's got to be something in the stars, something up there. It's all about the timing of everything too, and when exactly one specific planet was in this specific part or rise. I don't even know the specific terms for it.
So like the whole the
Yeah.
position of the planets are like kind of affects the flow of energy towards Earth.
Yeah,
Oh,
they all depict different kinds of energies.
Oh,
Yeah,
mind blowing.
Really?
yeah.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Different energies.
What do you
of
mean by energies? Like,
Space energy.
Well, if you ever look at a proper astrology reading, it'll say, like, say for example, Venus will be in your writing tonight, so be aware for feelings of this and thoughts of this. And when this is in your sign tonight, in your, I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but like certain planets that may be in your range may give off specific energies that are unique to what sign you specifically are under, that you were born into, which may depict why you react the way you do. Like, I remember okay, depending on the time of year, which just so happens to be times of year that happen to be the most detrimental, if I look into it properly, if I really read into why things are happening, it's like, okay, yeah, I see why. Because the specific energy is being put my way.
it's really messed up, but I can tell when things are going so bad, you know? It's not because I'm being negative, which I have a tendency to really be negative sometimes. It's super hard to constantly be positive. Like, it's like, why this? But you have to train yourself.
Yeah.
Like we were mentioning before. But once I notice a big string of, like, all this bad stuff happening, I'm like, I'm not going to worry too much because I know something amazing is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a huge pattern.
Yeah.
Every single year.
Yeah.
And then when something amazing happens, do you like take note of that and being like, okay, I suffer through negativity. Now here's
There's
the amazing
balance.
thing.
This is the reason why.
Yeah.
It all balances out. Everything
cool.
happens for a reason. The positivity happens because something negative happened in your past.
But do you know what Christians want to say for that, though? Which is pretty cool. Like,
People-
again, we're
yeah.
connecting the two. I like to connect the two.
I like to
there's-
connect because there's similarities. Yeah.
There's huge similarities. The
Yeah.
theory is basically the same almost. They want to say, well, God is putting all these obstacles your way because he wants to see what you can handle.
Yes.
And he wants to test you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that way, he could see what you're capable of. In the end, this is your reward.
Yes.
And this is what your purpose is in life. And this is what you were made to get. Basically, this is what was supposed to happen. Not what you thought was supposed to happen. Not the way you thought in your mind. This is what was supposed to happen.
Yes. So
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
saying.
Similar thing, different context.
Different concept.
Different context.
Which I'm like, you know what? In the end of the day, we all should just have that mentality, you know? Not to be negative.
Yeah.
It just
If only.
reminds you to reflect, to think, to change the way you think, to not to necessarily change the way you think, but alter the direction you choose to lead your frame of mind. I mean, it literally changes everything. Like,
Yeah.
you're talking to the queen of distorted thoughts over here. I've gone through
Yeah.
times where I literally questioned my sanity because I didn't know what I was thinking. And as soon as you learn how to decode and read between the lines and understand your thoughts, learn how to channel them in the right direction and keep that balance. Mind you, life gets out of balance all the time. That's just the way it is.
Well, think about it though. I mean, I suffer from depression.
Yep.
I mean,
too.
I have my anxiety moments and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, do we want to blame that as a mental issue? Or is that our perception? Or is it really happening? Why am I depressed all of a sudden? Is it chemical imbalances in my brain? Or is it really like things are going really hard? Are things really that bad? It can't be. You have to train your mind. It's all in your head sometimes. Some
Yep.
people, like, I've gone through so much. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have gone through a lot of things in life. But it's like, whoa, I'm a tough cookie. Like, a lot of people are like, whoa, man, if I went through all that, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I'm like, you never know. You don't know.
I say the same thing. I say the exact same thing because, again, if
I laugh through a lot of stuff.
You
It's
have
like,
to.
Fuck it.
You have to. But the thing is, not a lot of people can say at the end of the day that they know how to look at things in an optimistic sort of way and be like, you know what had happened? Okay, how do I learn from this and move on? Not many people can do that at the end of the day. And you know what? More people are beginning to understand themselves and their mentalities and their mindsets. And they're beginning to understand that in order to change these patterns in your behaviors, in your moods, in your thoughts, you need to literally put in the effort yourself and change the way that you put this sort of energy into the universe. Because
well, I mean, you know why more people have become more open-minded? Well, look at us. We're making just like a podcast talking about what we feel. Back in the day, it would have been like, oh, hush, hush, don't really talk about that. People will really judge you by your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you have an opinion? Like, that's...
I stopped caring, to be honest with you. If anything, I feel like it needs to be voiced. And more than ever in my entire life, probably more in the past year than all of my other 22 years. I don't really care about what other people might have to say, whether it's positive or negative, because my opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. You're entitled to say anything you want and think whatever you want, but it's your choice about how you decide to perceive it.
That's exactly it. And also, it could be a positive or a negative thing where, say whatever you want to say. Actually, sometimes it's some people take it overboard. But, I mean, I would rather have you tell me the truth to my face, what you really think of me, or what you really think of a situation, just so that, because everybody likes to voice their opinion. Everyone likes to voice their opinion, basically.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to be heard.
Everybody wants to say a story, Yep. If you're like keeping everything in, I mean, what do you think that's going to do to you?
Nothing positive, that's for sure.
You're going to develop such...
First of all, that's hatred. Helping you further developing whatever struggle you are going through. If you are living with depression or struggling with anxiety, that is only going to add to the circle of this pattern.
But that can also create depression.
That's what I'm saying. It only snowballs into something bigger.
Yeah. And I mean, we live in a country where, there's more freedom to express ourselves. There are other countries where there's no internet. You're not allowed to, like
China.
South Korea. North Korea, not South Korea.
Oh, is it? Yeah, where they block everyone's internet access so that you can't find out about the outside world? Yeah.
Essentially.
I mean, it's like, wow, imagine a world like that where you're so restricted. How do you think they feel? Well, they don't know any better.
They don't know, exactly. They have no idea.
I'm afraid my family will... what are they going to do? Or what are they going to think? If you're constantly worried, well, you're never... I don't know.
You're not... It's not bad negativity, basically.
And that's why it's... Like, I'm going back now. what we were saying. Imagine the whole world was positive and thinking positive. That's impossible because everybody is living a different life.
Everyone's worried all the time.
Everyone's on a different cycle. Everyone's on a different path.
Yep.
We're all on different wavelengths.
But the problem is here, everybody, like we said, everybody wants to have a better life, wants to have peace and unity. But there is always going to be something that's going to stop us from that.
There's always going to be, without darkness you can't find the light, and without the light you can't find darkness.
They say that if you really, really want something, you are destined to have that thing, and if everyone in the world really, really wanted what they wanted, then everything would just kind of work out. Like, there'd be enough doctors and lawyers and police officers and everything to, like, make society run itself. If everyone wanted to do something that they wanted to do. Is that
connected with fighting for your dreams?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think so.
It's like law of attraction too.
It is law of attraction.
Whereas, like,
it all correlates.
Everything would have worked itself in with the it's like everything with space and universe and stuff like that. If everyone wanted what they wanted and got that, then everything would just kind of work out.
Of course.
Everything's just kind of like a mathematical equation.
Of course.
If you think about it.
And there would be money, and there would be great life. Everybody will be traveling. Happy,
imagine that.
Positive. I mean,
certainly things would be different than the way they are today.
Yep.
But
and maybe one day they will be.
Yeah, that's the question. One day it will be. Everybody has to put that in their mind. It will be.
It will be. It is. It's written in the stars.
Did we start talking about space and then lead to law of attraction?
Well, I think it was all connected.
It is
anyways.
all interconnected.
That was pretty awesome, though.
I have to agree. You should give your two female co-stars a high five.
Hey, okay, high five.
Yay.
Yeah.
Slap.
High five.
Sweet guys, yay.
That was my face, but okay.
It's
a little dark in here.
You know what, guys?
Should we end it there?
What?
Should we
I
wrap it
really
up?
think that we should end up with a really solid closing statement.
Okay.
We discussed a lot of really, really intricate topics today. We went from discussing the news in outer space to mindsets that people have, to energy, to religion, to astrology, to theories about life.
Wow.
We urge all of you to listen to all of this and really think.
Wow.
Really open your minds.
You should subscribe.
And if you want to hear more about what we have to say about topics like this, please
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Blow up-
subscribe.
Blow up our Instagram too.
Just
We
saying.
like that. We like that.
Oh, I like that. I know.
I
you
like
do.
all the comments. we're
Alex,
getting.
you like that?
Oh, absolutely.
I love that.
I mean,
Oh, I'd double tap that.
yeah,
Double
like
tap.
triple tap.
Oh,
No, that would
quadruple.
unlock-
Bam.
Quadruple would like it, then unlike it, Amanda.
Oh, wow.
But then I could do it another
just so
time.
that I can like it
Twice.
again.
Exactly. Do you see what? Thank you,
So you liked it twice. Oh, I see that.
Now you guys know my secret. This is bad.
guys.
Would that send
Sorry,
you-
it was me, guys. It was me.
Would you get 2 notifications if someone liked it twice?
No,
I don't think you can like it twice, can you?
We could
No,
unlike
you
it and like
can't.
it again.
Yeah, it would still. Anyways, that's another for another time, my friends.
That's it.
Is.
All right, we're done. Spaced out, bro.
Bro.
Bro, we're floating in space. No, but actually,
We
I
come in
hope
peace.
I live long enough to see like all of like humans on Mars and stuff and stuff like that.
Have-
That'd be cool.
Okay, I could go on and talk about Interstellar.
And I want an alien friend.
Oh my god.
We can be pen buddies.
Hello.
Pen pals?
Pen pals. Yeah, that's what I pen buddies.
Maybe you could be like
Earthlings.
mind reading buddies.
Yeah.
Or I wonder if they'd even be able to. They probably will
they'd
be
be
able
so
to understand
advanced.
each other through vibes.
Yeah, they'd be so advanced that
Parallel
they can.
universe.
Oh yeah.
Amanda, they'd be so advanced that they don't even need mouths. They just like transmit energy to each other. Thank you for listening.
Adios, amigos.
All right.
Peace out.
Thanks for
Peace.
listening. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.